Let's just go. So you quadrupled your income.
Yeah.
How did you do that? What were you doing before?
So I was a scrum, not a scrum. I was a biomedical scientist. So I used to work in a
Okay.
lab.
Yeah.
Um, then obviously this was during pandemic. We didn't have furlough or anything. So I was working crazy hours, managing about 40 people in the lab. Um, Loads of swab samples coming in. Obviously, COVID swab samples I was dealing with. There was no life balance. Like obviously, I had no time to see my kids.
Mm.
Yeah, things was just basically a mess, and I decided some things needed to change. Prior to that, actually, I'd actually trained up to be a scrum master. So
Okay.
I had a really good friend of mine that she was already a scrum master, and she trained me up, paid for a course, did the certifications,
It's a good
but
friend.
really good friend. We went to
Is
university.
she in SPA?
She is. I introduced her to
Oh,
SBA. Yeah. So I
okay.
introduced her to SBA. So she's part of the SBA group.
Okay.
um,
Okay. We need to do something about that. Maybe give a little free session or something because I like this.
Absolutely. I'm sure she'll appreciate it. I think because I think the conversation cropped up because she was obviously earning a lot more,
Yeah.
and she wanted to put her money in the right places. And then I
You know
said, "Oh,
what I like most about this story?
yeah,
Your friend was actually already doing well financially, earning more, and your thought was to introduce her to stock pickers so she can make even more
oh yes,
with her money. I love that
yeah,
because this is what we need to see more in our community. Sometimes there is a tendency to see someone doing better than you or earning more than you, and your focus is more how you can catch up, not
mm,
how that person can keep going. The second thing I like about this story is your friend actually poured back into you, got you to do, pushed you to do a course, and not
absolutely.
only that, you did the course, and then you became what, a scrum master?
Yeah, so I'm a scrum master. Um, so I don't know if you, it's basically similar to agile project manager, but
Okay,
it's sort of the modern term for project manager. Manager.
okay, all right. So you went
Uh,
from being a working in biomedical sciences to project management,
yeah.
quadrupled your income. How long did that take?
All in all, it took me about 2 years to fully transition.
Okay,
Purely because I was so scared to make that leap.
but you
Um,
made it.
I made that leap.
That's what matters.
Yeah, it could have taken me 6 months. It could have taken me 3 months even because I was pretty ready. And with the role that I had, it was literally just a matter of sort of transferable skills. So using transferable management skills I had, I've worked in
Yeah.
a lot of projects when I was working at NHS as well. So it was just basically utilizing those transferable skills into IT or tech environment that
It's
paid the
funny, I
best.
was reading, sorry to cut you. I was reading a news article yesterday about how many people have left the NHS. And it does seem to be the project management route that I'm seeing a lot. Um, and yeah, I love this for all of you. Like
Yeah.
you're retraining, you're moving in what technology now? The technology
Yes.
company you're at?
Yeah. So I work for IBM,
Wow.
but obviously
Okay.
as a contractor. Um, so yeah, so far so good. It's brilliant. I can't ask for a better job. Um,
I love
and
that for you.
what for me, what helps is it allows me to again invest more, think more about the future because prior to I suppose prior to leaving NHS, all I could think of was pretty survival. You don't every penny that came into your account was put into something or put into a bill. Whereas I'm not used to having like extra income, you know.
Yeah.
And then obviously with extra income, I realized come extra responsibility. So making sure that I still sort of keep my spending to a minimal or the same as what if I was earning less. Whilst making sure the extra income that was or extra I was making is invested in the right places so I can enjoy the future for me and my kids.
No, I love it. And the
Yeah.
best part of the story, obviously, is you know, you've been at stock pickers for 3 years, you've had your ups and downs, you've come to a realization you need to, you know, rein everything back in. And here you are with 4 times more income as my client. Let's
Right.
go. We can step it up again.
Absolutely.
So we're going to get you back on track. I like the fact you've done the course, you've given it a go. You've got your license set up, you've got your JISA set up for the children.
Yeah.
And then you've got your SIP where you're going to consolidate your past pensions
Everything.
together.
Yeah.
Um, and yeah, more importantly, we're gonna look at the ISA and the LISA and even the JISA and put together the strategy that makes sense. You're gonna get your insurance in place if you don't know. Do you have insurance, life insurance, and all of that?
Oh, I've got life insurance. I've got life insurance. I've got critical illness.
Wonderful,
Um,
wonderful,
yeah.
wonderful. This is it. This is it. Um, and do you have a financial advisor?
Not currently. No.
Okay.
So
So do you
I'm
know
looking
what? We're gonna get
at
you
the
a
market.
financial advisor.
Absolutely.
um it's really important and to
Yeah.
understand that what I do is one small segment, the same way you have insurance and that didn't come through me,
No.
right? We have people in stock pickers that do insurance, and I throw people that way the same way we've got financial advisors. So your financial advisor is going to help you to write your will,
I got a
will
will.
help. Okay, you've got a will already, even
Yeah.
for, like you're ticking all the boxes.
Yeah.
And your
I
income
learned
is
from
going
my
up.
parents. Yeah, I learned from my parents. My dad had obviously life insurance before he passed away, so I understood directly the importance of having a life insurance. So,
Okay, yeah,
um, yeah, so I was very fortunate with that. Yeah.
okay. Now this is good. And I think it's good to get these stories out there so people can
Yeah.
understand what other people have done and seen the benefit of life insurance actually in person. You know, condolences about your your father. Um, but we are getting to that age now where, you know, losing parents, friends are losing parents, but even my clients losing parents.
Yeah.
Um, and I think it's so important now to get this message out there and let people know that listen, take this thing seriously. And I just love the fact that you've got so many aspects of um what I say, either protecting wealth or building wealth, all set in place from your JISAs for your kids. There's a lot of mothers with kids who haven't set up their JISAs. Now, even
Yeah.
if it's just £50 a month and you're treating that like a bill and it's going into an index fund, you have to do it because
Absolutely.
your children are going to grow up and they're going to look back and think, why don't I have an index fund?
Yeah.
Right. And it's not about the amount, it's about the mindset and just starting. Um, so you've got the JISA set up for the kids. You've got the LISA set up, which pays you 25%.
Yeah.
Obviously, the maximum we can put in each year is 4K. You've
Yeah.
got your stocks and shares ISA for a bit more active strategies. You've got your SIP, where you're consolidating your pensions. You've got your life insurance, and your income is growing.
Yeah.
So literally, you're almost like the textbook. And the last thing we're just going to
Yeah.
work on is your active strategies within your stocks and shares ISA, your index fund strategies, which you can also discuss with your financial advisor, but they'll look at your finances holistically. So
Yeah.
I've got financial advisors who are my clients because they don't have the expertise with angel investing, with crypto, with individual stock picking, and so on and so forth, and with even currency management. So
Mm.
your bank account, your current account, you probably have it all in pounds, where there's some accounts in like in Revolut where you can hold 30% in dollars, right? And it's so important because currencies move just like stocks. And there are long-term buy levels in
Yeah.
currencies and long-term sell levels where it's every 3 years that you make a conversion, back. And just getting this level of extra literacy in and getting people incorporating this into their day-to-day management is
Yeah.
actually really, really important. Because let's say you make 10 million tomorrow, you win the lottery. you still need those skills to be able to manage more.
Yeah.
Inflation is 10%. If 10 million is just sitting there as cash, you're losing a million real terms just on inflation alone.
Yeah.
But your account will still say 1 million, but everything else has gone
Yeah.
up. We're looking at
Absolutely.
assets like houses and stuff like this. But yeah, great to have this conversation.
Yeah.
Great to get you back on track.
Yeah.
Uh, obviously, hopefully this conversation inspires others who might be in a similar situation where sometimes you do derail, sometimes you do forget, but more importantly, despite the fact that you've maybe lost a bit of your connection or your motivation or whatever, you still had these other things in place like your insurance, it's still there. The framework is there,
Yeah.
right? We're just doing a bit
Absolutely.
more furnishing. We're renovating the
Yeah.
house a bit.
Absolutely. I'll say to anyone that wants to start this journey, start just even if you have £10 in your account, start.
Mm.
Just it honestly just start. And um for me, personal development books has also helped a lot. I'll say prior to pandemic, I don't think I read any book outside of science.
Wow.
Um and since then, I think I've read about 40 books. Since audiobook is like my go-to. And once you start reading these self personal development books
What's
and
your favorite?
examples, um, it has to be All Women Has to Be Millionaires. All Women Should Be Millionaires by I've got my audiobook right in front of me. All Women Should Be Millionaires. Oh, and
Okay.
her
No,
name's
no,
going
no,
to
that's fine. The
slip.
people listening, they can go and Google it and they'll
Rachel
find it.
Rodgers. All
Rachel
women,
Rodgers.
yeah, we should all be millionaires by Rachel Rodgers.
Okay.
It's a book. It's not just about women. It's a book for everyone.
Yeah,
Um,
because we've got mums, we've got sisters, we've got
yeah,
female friends,
even
but also the
honestly, even
knowledge
men
there.
will learn from that book because
Exactly.
she literally teaches you how to start with nothing. Um, just start with nothing and work your way up. It doesn't mean that she I, I like the way she sort of it starts really humble. It gives you sort of step by step guidance on how to start with literally bare minimum. There's another book recently I've just read. If you've got Audible, this book is free. So again, it's a brilliant book to start if you want sort of to start for free. This one I've just finished, and it's again a really really good book. You're already a wealth Harris. I'll now think and act like one. So it's called it's by Linda P. Jones. Again, she gives you a blueprint of what to do. And I think it's after reading that book, I realized, oh, actually, yeah, I'm already on the way. Like she literally teaches you everything you should start from when you're just earning 30,000 or 20,000 a year to earning 50,000 a year to earning 100,000 a year to earning 200,000 a year to earn a million. It's literally a blueprint of what you should be doing at every stage level. Again, an excellent book. But I think obviously the book that started off for me was Rich Dad Poor Dad. Obviously, that's probably the book that started off
Runs.
for me.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
gets the mind working.
absolutely.
All right. Thank you very much for this conversation. It's been a pleasure.
No problem. It's been fun. My
I'm
pleasure as
feeling
well.
gingered. I feel good to go again.
Yes. Brilliant. I'm an
All right.
example.
Now you're an example, you're a walking testimonial.
Absolutely.
No, I love to hear these kind of stories because they're so important to be told. We hear celeb gossip all the time. We hear all the stories except this
Yeah.
on
Yeah.
mainstream. So
Yeah.
I'm going to start putting these stories and testimonials. It's not just about I bought a stock and made a million, or uh, you know,
No.
there's so much more to financial literacy. It's I have life insurance and this is how it helped me. It's I have a GIS and this helped me. It's the
Yeah.
truth about pensions. It's this is how I manage my money. It's this is how I budget. This is how I spend. Is
Mm.
you can't build generational wealth if your career is struggling. So
Yeah.
it is so important
Yeah.
and to tell people your career journeys.
Yeah.
In fact, I haven't actually told everyone yet, but I am a co-founder in something called Coach Cube.
Okay.
And
Is
what
that
it does
the
is
yeah, go on. Sorry.
sorry, what it does is it connects using AI. It's a platform that connects using AI, um, mentees. to mentors or coaches,
Oh, okay.
specifically for career,
Yeah.
right? So maybe when you were going for your interviews, basically what your friend could actually have been on my platform.
Oh, wow.
SPA members could have signed up to the platform,
Yeah.
and AI would already match you based on the interest that you select to somebody that's willing to do 15 minutes on Zoom or
See, that is a massive niche. That is because I get a lot of questions. A lot of people want to get into my. At the moment, I just feel like I'm not quite ready to coach people until
fair
I get more
enough.
experience. However, I get a lot of people asking me, like, oh, how do I get into this industry? I explain to them the industry, I explain to them my journey. But sometimes they find it difficult to sort of picture themselves in it or what we
Yeah.
do on a daily basis. And obviously I do my best to sort of guide them, but I'm always looking for other people that are willing to step
Yeah,
in
and
and
the
yeah,
platform is just going to be that go-to place because right now it
absolutely.
does happen with your friends or whatever, but not everyone has your friend, right?
No,
So
no,
supposing you join SPA and we know that Coach Cube is the career that's where you can go to if you want to up your careers. You can see like accredited mentors on there. You can reach out the availability. You can pay them, and they'll give you, 15 minutes of their time just to have the kind of chat or follow up chat that you had with your friend
yeah,
to tell you what to train for, tell you what the job looks like, and maybe support you through that interview process. And it will be fee paying to the person giving
yeah,
up their
yeah,
time. We've kind of moved on a little bit from the whole just help everyone for free.
yeah,
People are busy, right? There has to be a little, and unfortunately, we're not very good at saying thank you with money.
yeah,
And some of the people that are very willing to help are not very good at asking for money,
yeah,
right? So I'm trying to change that a little bit and say, do you know what? Just pay something. This is what's going to be the fee that the person sets. The same way you would when a child goes to do GCSE tutoring. It's not free.
yeah.
So
People
why
want
should career
results.
mentoring be free?
Yeah, they don't want to. They don't want to invest in themselves.
Mm,
It's really sad. Like, I talk about. I think I mentioned it the other day because my friend said, "Oh, she hasn't have life insurance," and I said, "But you have insurance for your car. You have insurance for a house. You wouldn't think twice about not getting insurance. But why don't you have it for yourself? I don't get it." I, and I realized again, it's just mindset.
it's
I'm willing to
mindset
invest.
because we've got money for holidays, we've got
Yeah.
money for
Oh yeah.
trainers,
Oh
and I'm
yeah.
not that coach that's going to tell you to cancel Netflix. I'm
No.
not that person. Buy your
Yeah.
Netflix,
Yeah.
right? But also strike the balance to do this stuff as well. It's so
Yeah.
important. It's so important.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, let's leave the convo there. If people
Yeah.
want to know more, they know where to find me and
Yeah.
they know where to find you. We're in the Stock Pickers
Absolutely.
Mentoring Club. And the Stock Pickers Mentoring Club is a place where you can ask these questions about insurance, who's got insurance. And we've got black financial advisors now, we've got black
Yeah.
insurance
There's
professionals,
no excuse. There's no
we've
excuse.
got
There's
people
a
now.
plethora of people out there now.
This is it. This is it.
Yeah.
Um, and even if you're struggling with debt or any, we've got people now. That's not my. It's not that I
I
can't
don't even
help
want
you,
to
but
tell you what my debt. No, we'll take this outside of recording. How much debt I was in compared to what I am now. Like
why
I
not?
honestly,
Tell the people. Tell the people.
honestly, I said I'm still gonna write a book on how I
Okay.
came out. I have to write a
Do you
book
want to indicate roughly? You're in a
on.
better place. You're in a better place.
uh, I'll say I was about 40K.
Okay.
Yeah,
So,
about
do you
40K.
know what? Yeah, this might shock you, but I've seen worse.
Yeah,
I've seen six figures.
yeah,
I've seen six figures get to four figures,
yeah.
right? And how's it improved over time?
Oh, considerably. I think it's more similar to what I said before. I don't splurge unless I've earned it. Or I don't buy certain things. I won't like I didn't go on holiday for three years. For 3 years I didn't go on holiday. This year alone, I've been to like 4 holidays.
Enjoy. Enjoy. Like I said, I'm
Yeah,
not the one
I'm
to tell you
enjoying
to cancel Netflix.
yeah.
You have to
And I've
enjoy your life as well.
Absolutely. So it's all about balance and not going overboard when a little bit of money comes to your account. Um, and that's it. That's literally the key to wealth. Because I realized that if I had the same mindset I had 3 years ago, even if I was earning 1 million a year, I'll still lose it. So it definitely, the mindset I have now, I know that I can keep wealth, I can retain it, no matter how much I'm earning.
And
And
that's it.
yeah, yeah,
No, I'm actually really happy we had this conversation.
yeah,
Um, it's very clear to me because I'm very spirit led. I do things based on my gut instincts. And I know I stopped doing these one-to-ones. And yes, it was just supposed to be us going through your portfolio, but they're bigger conversations
yeah,
beyond what your portfolio is doing up or down. They're bigger conversations in what we're trying to do here. We're trying to build wealth, we're trying to protect wealth, and
mm,
we're trying to make sure that the education is there and the practical mentoring and approach is also there.
yeah,
And we're trying to do that for ourselves, for our children, um, and more importantly, we're not just trying to do it for ourselves and our kids. We're trying to actually inspire a whole generation to to
absolutely.
to use the same mindset, to adopt the same mindset for themselves and for people they know as well.
Yeah,
Um,
absolutely.
we've covered so much in here. We've covered
Yeah.
career growth, quadrupling your income.
Oh,
We've
there's
covered
so much more to cover, but
there is
I think
more.
we'll
We'll
leave
do
that for another
more.
day. We'll leave it for another
We've
day.
covered like debt. We've covered
Yeah,
stocks. We've covered actually getting out of you doing your personal development and getting out your past mindsets.
yeah,
We've covered actually benefiting from life insurance and maybe not managing actually the money you got from life
yeah,
insurance is the same way. We've covered so much and it's really wholesome and really great for us to have these kind of
yeah.
conversations and put it out there to people. So thank you for that. And thank you for telling your story because there are a lot of people who camera shy or nervous
I'm
to
definitely
actually put
camera
their
shy, but I
so
think
am I.
I'm
Look,
a,
look at me grinning teeth.
but I'm definitely at a stage where I feel it needs to be told. I,
Yeah,
I, I honestly believe that I've overcome so that someone else can overcome.
this is it.
I'm an actual big believer in that because since I've overcome and things have got better for me, I'm more inclined to share it with others people, and I want other people to get
Each
over
one teach one.
absolutely. If it could happen for me, it could definitely happen for you. Absolutely. Yeah,
These
brilliant.
stories are the best. It's not every day rags to riches.
No,
Sometimes we need the real life, what's
yeah,
really happening with everyone else, right? From debt to much better levels, from working in this field to getting
yeah,
paid 4 times more, from
yeah,
not having life insurance to having life insurance, to benefiting from life insurance, to like, this is a lot of people's potential,
yeah,
unrealized potential, and a lot
yeah,
of people's reality that they just need to know either I'm doing things the right way or there might be someone, for example, who's done all of this but doesn't have life insurance or who's done all
mm,
of this but doesn't actually have a stocks and shares ISA. And
mm,
having these testimonials and these conversations are so important and critical and putting them out there to changing people's lives and making people adjust and make tweaks to what they might already think is financial literacy, but they're missing one or two bits.
yeah, absolutely.
That's why I said I appreciate you having the chat. I don't know how I'm going to put it out there. I might just put it like this and just put it
Yeah,
out there on the
the
gram
raw form.
um, for people to hear. And he who has ears, let them hear.
Yeah, absolutely. Someone might learn from it. Hopefully, it reach the right people. Yeah. Okay. Thanks,
All
Dev.
right, you take care.
You too.
See you in the mentoring club.
Oh, hopefully.
Nah, we'll see you there.
No, definitely more
I'm gonna
frequently.
make sure you're more active now. I'm gonna be atting you
I'm
and saying,
definitely
what you
more
buy
frequent.
next?
Yeah.
All
Thank
right,
you.
take care.
Appreciate it. You too.
All right, bye.
Bye.